Hey guys, I'm finally back with the video that most of you have been waiting for and asking for. It's the full custom build of my PC. This is my 2014 build. As you might have seen with my recent videos, I've had 2 videos up about my graphics card I have in this and my motherboard. So this is going to be the full review of my case. So stay tuned and enjoy. To get started about this review on this gaming PC, this is the Corsair 760T full tower case. I've gone with the full tower because more space for cable management, and I've just thought it was about time to get a bigger case. I've always had the mid tower case and I thought a bit of a change. So as you see on the back here, you've got your fan, your 120mm fan up top. That you can also put a 140. We've got all the opticals for my board. So this is the Gigabyte GA997X GT gaming board from Gigabyte. So you got your USB 3s, your Gigabit LAN, all your display ports. Then down here, if we move these antennas out of the way, I've got a wireless PCI Express card in there. So as you see, you've got your graphics card ports at the back. You got your 2 antennas for your wireless, and you also have your power supply. That's the Corsair AX760. So that's the back of the case. As you look around the front, you've got a nice, beautiful, reflective hinge door here. It's fully magnetic, toolless. So as you see here, it opens fully, comes off its hinges as well, then clips back in. Come look to the front of the case. We've got my LG Blu-ray reader. So that's a Blu-ray ROM. So that reads, it doesn't write Blu-ray. It's only a Blu-ray reader. But it's a DVD writer. So we've got one of those at the front. Then this right here, the Orico, I think I'm pronouncing that right, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but the Orico 3.5 hard drive bay. So this I picked up for $22 I think it was. Beautiful, it is perfect for what I do. So all you do, this opens up, you pop out your hard drive, your 3.5 inch hard drive, pop it back in. It's a hot swap, clip it in, shut it, off it's go, power on, off you go, power off and on. So that is a beautiful feature to add to your case. So just thought I'll show you guys that. Up the front here, you got your 140mm fans, 2 of them up the front. This is a nice little design they've got that just clips off, 2 clips. And these light up white. So we'll just go ahead, it does, clips back on in each side. Up the top of the case here, we've got our USB 3s, then our USB 2s, we've got a fan control, and we've got a headphone microphone. Got your reset, you got your power. Also up the top of this case, this does remove, you add this panel for silent gaming. So I'll just chuck that to the side for a second. But this opens up for more air and airflow. So as you see, massive grill at the front here. You've got space for your radiator. As you see here, I've got a radiator mounted up here, taking up 8 screws, but it can go all full length radiator. But going that full length, you do have to remove the 5.25 inch bays inside the case to get that full length radiator. So we'll just go around to the back of the case now, to the other side. As you see, it's just plain black on the back, can't see through, not transparent. I've still got the protective cover on because it's up against the wall, so I don't want that getting scratched there. But yeah, that's about it for the case. And now let's get into the specs of the actual PC inside. As you see here, it's the inside of the case. You got your rear exhaust fan at the back, 120mm. You got your motherboard, you got your RAM, you got your water cooling, your graphics card, your hard drives, power supply, and your SSD mounts at the back. And you've also got your big fans at the front, and your optical drive bays up top. Now getting to the specs of this, I went with the motherboard, I went with the new 97 chipset. So this is the Gigabyte GA997X GT gaming motherboard. Beautiful board, do recommend it. It's a nice board. With RAM, I went with 16 gig of Corsair Dominant. So that's the new Corsair Dominant there. I'm running that at, I got the 1866 megahertz. Anything over that I don't see useful to myself, but that's my own personal opinion. CPU wise, I went with the new Intel Haswell refreshed. I've got the 4790 in there, not the K, just the 4790. I'm not much of an overclocker, but again, personal opinion. So that's up to you. So it's still a great CPU. Up top here, as you may see, I've got my water cooling, liquid cooling on top of my CPU. This is the Corsair H100i water cooling. Great water cooling. The only downside is the fans are a bit loud, but I am going to be changing those fans to the new Corsair SP fans, so that might silence it a little bit, but other than that, I do expect the fans to ramp up when gaming. Now, graphics card. Down here, I went with the EVGA 760. So this is the 4 gig model, 4 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. So as you may see in there, as I said, I only did go for the 760. Again, personal preference. Some people might argue, why didn't you go the 770? Why didn't you go 780? Why didn't you go the 780 Ti? Again, personal preference. For what I was doing, I'm not a big gamer, but I do game, so that was just personal preference for me. Down here, I've just got a PCI Express or PCI wireless card in there for my wireless. I believe that's a D-Link or TP-Link? Yeah, TP-Link. That's great. That only cost a few bucks, I think it was 19 bucks. Down here, we've got my power supply. This is my AX 760 power supply Corsair. Fully modulated. Great power supply as well. You can put it in normal mode or hybrid mode. So that's beautiful. Over here you've got your two hard drive bays, as you see, fully toolless. Hard drive goes in and docks back in. So that is a great little feature there. This can also be stacked up to here because you have another fan mount under the bottom here that you can use. So if you remove that up to here, you can enough room to put a radiator across or mount a smaller radiator in. As you see up the back here, it might be a bit dark, but you have, I think you have about 5 or 6 SSD mounts going from the top all the way down to the bottom of the case. So that is a great little feature on the back, but I'll show you that when we get into the back of the case. Up here, you just have your 5.25, so 5.25 drive bays. I've got my DVD-ROM up there, Blu-ray, and my drive bay. So that's basically the specs of the case in there. I'll have a list in the description of the specs of that, but it's a nice little build for the price I paid. If you want more information, just leave a comment, inbox. So you see this just fully shuts. So that's the interior of the case. So we'll go out the back and we'll check out the other side. So as you see here, this is the right side of the case, right hand side. As I was talking about before, we have your SSD mounts just in here. As you see, you may only see 3 in here at the moment. That's because I've taken a few out to get my cables around sitting nice and neatly. You don't need to. I just, again, personal preference. I've taken another one out here because I found that it's gotten in the way of my connections to my hard drives out the back here. So there's a lot of grommets and whatnot out the back here for your cable management. As you see, they're everywhere. Just give you a full view of how much space you actually have to control your cable management. So there is a lot of space for cable management out the back. So that's about it for there. So that's the back. You got that's the main feature of the case out the back is your SSD racks, so they just slide in nice and neat. So it's beautiful, nice design. And again, simply shuts. So that's about it for this quick little review and specs of my new gaming PC. I hope you like it. Just one little feature I forgot to mention at the start of the video is just under the case here, under your power supply, you got your nice little dust filter for under your power supply. So that's a nice little feature added to the case. So again, this is a Corsair 760T full tower case. Nice case. Do recommend it. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, or any queries, or maybe some advice you could give me. That would be great. And thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time.